Big day today. First day back at First Avenue. Wrestling since 2014, so it would be 7.5, almost 8 years now. But figured I was gonna try sleeping this morning. Not going to. We slept in a little bit. It's 5:30. Do my morning routine, work out, kind of kick it and chill today, and then head downtown. Let's go.
Darren had a series of incredible matches with his brother Aaron a number of years ago.
F1RST Wrestling, Pro Stars as well as Zero Gravity soar into the crowd with their high-flying ability. Nice drop kick. Now some teamwork from Pro Stars. Elevating Renny D. Right to the midsection. Stereo drop kicks some.
Cruz is just like this endless burst of energy.
Gonna take a risk himself.
What? Terminal eliminated.
Delayed vertical suplex now. Letting all the blood rush into the head of Esparza.
Renny D has certainly come along in the past few years, making a name for himself.
It's another morning. I did remind myself, those were old school stuff right there, but why not? Almost done with this workout, and it's excited for this day. Great day. So work's done for today. A couple hours before I have to get down to WRESTLEPALOOZA. First Avenue, I'm gonna do a fitness pod here, get my body to relax a little bit. Probably go home and do some muscle therapy because I'm old, and let's do it. So I'm just chilling, watching a little AEW, and for me, because I'm a little older, a little gun action, loosening up for the big show. Let's do this. We are heading to First Avenue, downtown Minneapolis. I've not stepped foot in First Avenue for anything since my last show there with First Wrestling. My last show with First Wrestling was March of 2014, so 7 years and how many months later, right? I came back to pro wrestling in July for many reasons, and I made a promise to myself that when I came back, I wanted to do things that mattered, do shows that mattered, do shows that are fun, and you won't find any show in this state, probably even the Midwest, that are as fun as WrestlePalooza's down at First Avenue nightclub in Minneapolis. First Avenue is like super world famous, sold out from Prince. We sold out for First Wrestling tonight. Here's a little story, and only a few people know this. So my second to last match before my hiatus, or before, when I hung up my boots, or at least I thought that's when I was going to do it, was actually a WrestlePalooza 3, I believe. I was in a 6-man tag match, and I remember just sitting on my bed and knowing that this was going to be the last time at that point that I was going to be wrestling for First Wrestling, that I was going to be wrestling at First Avenue, that I was going to be wrestling on a WrestlePalooza card. And this was my third, I believe at this point, third WrestlePalooza. And I just knew like how much those meant to me and how fun they were. And I worked really, really hard to be considered and to be booked on those shows, because the promoter behind First Wrestling doesn't just book anybody. He has a strategy behind his shows, and he has a theme of what he's trying to accomplish. So I knew I worked really, really hard to get there, and I just sat on my bed. Again, this is not my last match, but my last match with First Wrestling, and I just fucking cried, and I bawled, and I bawled, and I bawled for literally hours. And I will say this, before my actual last match, I didn't cry. I didn't cry, not that it takes anything away from that promotion and what I did there. It just, I knew my last match and what we were going to do. I just knew that at that time, I didn't think I was going to experience the type of environment that we get with WrestlePalooza at First Avenue for First Wrestling. And here we are, 7.5 years later. I'm back. I feel like I'm better than I've ever been. I look better than I've ever been. And tonight is a special night because there has not been a WrestlePalooza at First Avenue in a while, and the reason being is COVID, right? So sold out, 1,000+ Rowdy fans going to be there for professional wrestling, for rock music, for burlesque. Nobody knows who's on the show. Like, none of the talent has been announced for the show, which is really cool, and this is like the first time that's ever happened. You know, obviously I think fans can allude to who they think's probably going to be on it through social media, but I am in a 6-way match tonight. So kind of funny that my last match there was a 6-man tag, and then my first match back also going to be in a six-man scramble, I believe. And I have new gear I'm debuting tonight, which is a secret. No one's really seen that yet. So just overall a really amazing night, and it's fall time here. I'm about half hour away from the venue, and I haven't been this excited about something in such a long time. Literally my first time back in here in 7.5 years. So tonight, this is going to be packed. All up there, all down here. Stage. Stoked is an understatement for sure. One of the craziest things about First Avenue and wrestling here is right outside First Avenue is the Target Center, where I did some extra with WWE with actually Ari Davari, Craven Knight, I believe John Rock. And this is where I had my quote-unquote tryout match, and quite honestly, I shit the bed. So cool to be outside this tonight for WrestlePalooza. It's gonna be a sellout crowd. It's gonna be fucking epic. So not a lot of people see behind the scenes stuff here, but full setup before it gets absolutely crazy. This is probably the coolest venue for pro wrestling, especially in Minneapolis, in St. Paul for sure. But it's fucking nuts. So this is now the calm before the storm, right? Like we're a couple hours, an hour and a half till they open doors. Show's at 8, and I'm just kind of like chilling up on the stage, soaking this in, because I mean, honestly, I thought this was never going to happen again. So this is really cool for me to just be here and observe and see and bring it all in. So we are 5 minutes away from the show supposed to be starting now. The thing is, this show is sold out, so the line might take a hot minute to get through, but and when it does, it's go time. And when it's go time, it's really fucking go time.
It's time for WrestlePalooza. Musical performances, and of course, professional wrestling.
amazingly.